Hi, Grant Writing Peeps. The university has bought me a new computer, and apparently, this means I get to be videotaped as a floating head. There's an old video from the Queen, and you'll see Freddie Mercury's head floating like this. So, anyway, that's an irrelevant aside. Hi, welcome to week 6 in grant writing. Things continue to go well. I have been meeting with the groups, and really been pleased with the kind of work that has been done. I'm also pleased with the learning that's going on. So this week, in terms of the reading and learning, we've talked about a lot of things, but we're going to talk this week about budgeting. I'm not going to say a whole lot about budgeting right now because we're going to do another unit later. But basically, there are two kinds of budgets. There is the budget for the entire organization, and there's a budget for a project. This time, when we're just learning, I'm going to focus primarily on the budget for the project, and then later in the semester, we'll talk about larger budgets for more complicated projects or for a whole organization. So our budget is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be explaining how the $5,000 in our case, each grant is going to be spent. And it's probably going to be pretty simple. Again, I don't know exactly how Robert's going to do this. This needs to be approved with him, but I don't know if it's going to be for gas for the trucks and staff and purchase of food, if it's going to be food purchase or what. But it's going to be a simple project budget in which you talk about, one or two items. This is the expense, and this is what it's for. And then maybe a simple, what they call a budget narrative, or a budget description, in which they talk about sort of how you reach things like that. So we're going to read about budgeting. We're going to do a budgeting exercise, which is quite a bit more complicated. It's going to actually have to ask you to create a budget for an organization with a $200,000 seed gift. So you're going to do that exercise as well. And you're going to apply some more of the reading. But I'm talking right about our grant right now. So simple budget for it as well. And then the magic's going to start happening this week. We talked last week about a simple format grant. And you're going to be converting what you all have done into the simple format grant. And you're going to be writing the pieces. We're going to finalize the needs statement, turn it in. We're going to finalize the project description, we're going to turn it in. We're going to finalize goals and objectives. Then we're going to start on the next components of the grant, which are going to be the organizational background or the capacity. We're going to talk about the cover letter, and we're going to talk about the evaluation plan. So we're going to get all those nailed down. We'll put the budget together probably next week. And then it's a matter of doing two things. One is going to be putting together the simple format grant in the written form. We got another sample to look at this week. And then also transferring that data from the simple format grant to the forms. You've got the Earl Sam's form, and you've got the Bank of America form as well. And so transferring the data to the forms, and the Group C and quarterback are going to coordinate how to get everything filled out and put together as well. So it may seem a little chaotic, but we're nearly done. We've drafted most of the parts of the grant. We will have drafted all the portions of the grant, except the budget by the end of by the end of this week, and then we'll have 2 weeks to get everything put together as well. So good stuff. I appreciate your time. I appreciate the work that you're doing, and press ahead, keep the faith, and ask questions if you have questions as well. I can see the whole process. I know how it's going. I see it all fitting together. I see it coming together nicely. I know that you all are just looking at your own individual pieces. You might be going, but tengo la fe. I have the faith, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with. And again, if you have any questions at all, let me know. I'd be delighted to answer them. So you take care and have a good week and write well. Thanks.